Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a really pretty pair of earrings using pieces that I got from Thunderhorse Descendant. Now when I say pieces, I mean everything. The only thing that I didn't get from them was these pretty head pins I'm going to use. And I'm simply going to use them because they already have a ball at the end as well as a daisy spacer, which is attached. And normally I do put a ball spacer in and then put a daisy spacer on too for a little extra oomph. But these pins, which I believe I got from Bead Box Bargains, this one, pin 542. Is the only thing that I did not get from Thunderhorse Descendant. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I mean and what we're going to work on. Here are our parts and pieces. Now what we're going to do with this pin is we're going to put a little teardrop on it, a little blue teardrop. And we're going to wrap that up and hardwire it to these pretty connectors. Now these connectors are the same either side, so it doesn't matter which side you hook it to. We're going to hardwire it onto one of these. Then we're going to put this piece, hook it with these tiny oval jump rings. These are what we call Tinky Tots. They're 4 millimeters. They also came from Thunderhorse Descendant. Just going to hook onto here. Come on, baby, go up there. Now it's probably going to be about this long with its loop and stuff, and then this is going to hook in here. Now this might hit the band down here. If it does, that's all right. In fact, if you wanted it to, you could intentionally make it a little bit longer so that it would come out of the band if you wanted to. So then we're going to hook this here, and then we're going to take another jump ring and we're going to hook it to this really pretty ear stud right here. Now, if you didn't want it to be that long, you would have to take this ring out and just go directly to between here and here. And that would also be a pretty earring. If you wanted it longer, you could put this here and put another bead of some kind here between these two. Or you could dangle another bead from down here at the bottom of your ear wire. Either would be pretty. So, but what we're going to do is what we just said, and that is to first we'll make these are pretty stiff pins. I think they're steel, which means they're going to be hard to turn. But there we go. We're going to do these guys up. Up and around and over. Bring it over here. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap because we want to attach directly to it. We need it to be lollipopped. That's why I'm keep going back in, because I want to make sure we get that lollipop shape. And we're going to bring our piece in like so. Now this is going to sit like here. Like I say, it may hit the bottom down here, and it looks like it is going to. But that's all right. If it does, it does. If you don't want it to, then I would suggest possibly instead of using a wrapped loop, you could do a simple loop here. Or maybe even use a lighter weight pin, because this is a, I'm fairly positive, a stainless steel pin. So we'll go through here. Now we're going to grab this with the pliers and bring the pin together. And I am going to use another pair of pliers to wrap this, because this pin is very, very stiff. And it's going to give me problems. Okay, now we'll cut this baby loose. Now I'm going to cut it as close as I can to where I want it to be at. so that when I tuck it, it's not going to be giving me a heck of a lot of problems, hopefully. Because I don't want to crack my crystal here. So there we go. This one is in place. And it's even pretty straight, not very crooked here. Sometimes when you're wrapping, you know, you go a little bit crooked, and it is a teeny touch, so we'll straighten it that little tiny bit up. So there we go. And then to finish this, we're just going to jump ring that into here, and then jump ring our ear wire up to our ear stud up to the top. Then we'll do, of course, the same with the other. So we'll just grab one of our little tinky tots, see if these are going to be big enough. Let's hope, because let's face it, we don't want any more signature than we've already got if we can help it. So we'll put this guy on, and then we will go through our come on, baby. And this is our place where we're going to get the trickiest, because we are going through this ear post as well as our ear decorative piece. And we want to make sure, if we can, that we have plenty of room here. And it is going to give us hassles because of the shape of our piece. So sometimes you need to, especially with something like this, need to go in and put your jump ring onto your loop first. So I've got my little jump ring here. Let me see if I can show it to you here, because my thumb's on it right here, hooked up. Now I'm going to hold it with my thumb while I put the second piece on. Now that I've got the second piece on, I'm going to grab this and see if, no, it keeps snapping on me here. What I'm trying to do is get hold of this well enough that I can bring that over with the pressure of my finger holding it in place on the ring. To bring them together. Okay, so let's see if we can. There we go. I pushed them together with the pliers on either side of our jump ring so that they are together now mostly. I just want to finish up that last little bit. There we go. Now, not the easiest chore in the world, but it is done. So now this is hooked on here. Now we'll take this another one, and we'll go through here, our top loop here. Now this one may need the medium size, because this loop is relatively good size, though I suppose the other one was too. And we want to make sure we're going front to front. So we got to go with this one here. Oop. I'm thinking this one may require a medium. I didn't want to use a medium down here because we're already bumping the bar, as you can see. And if we had used a medium, we would have definitely been bumping the bar because of the size of a medium. And it might be better to do that if you have difficulties getting in with your little piece because of the because of the difficulty of doing it, because of the sizes and things. It will then, of course, bring your, well, let's get a couple of medium ones out and I'll show you what I mean. What it will do then, as you can see, the difference in sizes of your jump rings, it will let that one in the middle come down, that little bit right there, which would then put this over the top of the bar, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes that looks really cool when you have one over the top of your bar. But I am going to use this bigger one to put our ear stud on. So we will go through this piece, and then we will bring this one up. And even that one is trying to fight somewhat because of the size of these pieces, the rings of these pieces. So they don't want to, they want to be difficult is what they want to do. So now, because I'm doing this, I put this piece on first, you need to pay attention to which side is the front, because now this is going to be the front over here. Come on, baby. You're a medium. You have more room. There we go. So now we'll get this and we close it up. Now when we pull this up then, because I paid it, I've got it backwards. I would have swore I turned it so it would be frontwards, but it is not. It is backwards. As you can see, it should be this way. So now we'll have to open up this, either this jump ring or change this bottom one. I'm going to just open this top one and we'll see if we can flip this over to go the other direction. Come on. Okay, we've got it flipped, tightened up, and now she's back in place. So there's our first earring all finished. Isn't that pretty? And now we just have to finish up this one. And of course, in order to do this one, we will do it exactly the same. Wrap this up, take the tiny one, put these together, and then take the medium one to put our ear wire on. So let's grab this wire here, where they come together. Take our pliers here, our second pair, and we want to wrap this up. Come on, tuck, baby. There we go. And this one stayed pretty straight too. These steel pins are hard to work with, but they tend to stay a lot straighter when you're working with them than the other ones. So again, we're going to have to do this one as we go. We're going to put it on here. Actually, we had to put it on this one first, didn't we? Because of the, and then hold it while we put the second one into here. I want that to go on the other way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist these two pieces now that they're like that. And because they help them bring it up like that, but when you do that, you got to remember sometimes it doesn't close all the way, and you will have to do the closing trick, whereas you grab both sides and wiggle it forward some until they come together, which is what I'm doing right now. Okay, I think I have them together. Not quite. Close, but not quite. Oh, they are. I just needed to bring the two wires together a little closer. So there's the first one on, the first part. Now we just have to open up this one, this medium-sized one, and we will go through here. And let's see if it will let me if I just hold it by hand to start with and put this on. Yes. So now that we have these two parts on, we grab our pieces again of our jump ring and just turn it so it goes into place. This time I do have it going the right direction. So there we go. There is our pretty pair of earrings. Aren't those gorgeous? And that was all pieces, like I said, were from Thunderhorse Descendant, other than the headpin, which was from Bead Box Bargains. Such a pretty little delicate pair of earrings, but so pretty. I think that they're really nice. They're mainly just connecting things other than putting this bead, wrapping this bead on. So I am going to change the ear backs out. For those of you who watch me frequently know I don't care for this style of ear back. I like these ones with the little silicone around the edges. And I like those for two reasons. Number one, because sometimes these styles slip, because even though they have a little gouge in the wire here to give a little place for it to stick onto, they don't always do so. Sometimes they loosen up. The silicone keeps this from sliding. So then it goes on like so. And not only that, it's bigger. Because of the silicone nut being bigger, it's easy. It holds on to that to the wire more, and it's easier to handle because it is a little bigger. So there is our pretty pair of earrings. Aren't those nice? So there we go. One beautiful set of earrings. Here we go. There is our earrings. Oops, almost dropped it. Let's see how long it is. I don't think we measured it. So let's see. Looks like it's not quite my normal length of 3 inches, but it looks like it's a little over 2.5. So that's a pretty nice length also. There they are. I think they turned out very pretty. They're about, as we just measured them, they're about 2 3/4 inches. Say 2 3/4. It's a little bit in between. But wow, aren't those pretty? I think they turned out very nicely. I like them a lot, and I hope you enjoyed making them with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.